Hello folks and welcome back to the channel. In this video today, I'm going to give you my first impressions of the Pimax Crystal Light. I've got it here, look at that. Finally, I got my hands on this very intriguing new headset by Pimax. And this video is all about documenting literally my raw first impressions and reactions to this headset. I haven't even tried it on yet. I've only just unboxed it and I'll just show you that in a moment. So first of all, I'd just like to say this video is proudly sponsored by VRWave. And the reason why I'm telling you this is because the first thing I did is try the lens inserts that they have for the original Crystal to see if they fit, and they do really well in fact. And you do want to be really looking after those beautiful glass aspheric lenses because you don't want to scratch them, guys. You really don't. And even if you do wear glasses, well, they do account for an astigmatism if you have one, and they account for nearsightedness and farsightedness. So I wouldn't really recommend wearing glasses with the Crystal, even though you can. I would just get a pair of lens inserts, especially as I have a 5% discount code in the description below. And it's also worth noting that VRWave have lens inserts for a wide range of VR headsets. Anyway, with that out of the way, this is the Crystal Light, and basically it has the same beautiful QLED 2880 by 2880 display of the original Crystal that is known as being one of the best VR images you can buy right now, regardless of whether you buy a £5 headset or not. You know, the display in this looks amazing even compared to the best of the best. And I'm so happy that Pimax have decided to give us a version of the Crystal Light which does not have a battery. So this thing has no battery, no XR2 chipset, and because of that, as by the name of it, it is incredibly light, like super balanced, and I was quite shocked how light this feels. So that's the first thing, and I'll just show you some unboxing of the Crystal because I don't think anyone's shown that yet on YouTube. As you can see there, it's kind of what you'd expect, although there's a lot less things to unbox. There's no Pimax hub, there's no batteries or anything like that. It's simply just a headset on its own, and I must admit, it feels very, very nice. I think the build quality, while it's not amazing, it's certainly adequate, especially for the price. And the materials used on it are pretty decent. If you notice, I have the DMAS version. That is the floating ear speaker design. I would highly recommend that you add that with your order, especially as this is an accessory. Otherwise, you'll get the standard audio, which in my opinion isn't that great. I mean, it has improved in software over the years, but it's still not that great. And the DMAS audio is literally one of the best speaker systems you can buy for any headset because it's integrated, it's very comfortable, and it has great bass and great frequency. There's also some other differences. As you can see, it has a much thicker top strap, which is a very welcome addition. And it's got a nice little Pimax logo on it as well, which is a nice little touch. This also doesn't have eye tracking, it's worth noting, because, well, eye tracking is expensive and they had to keep the cost down. So if you are a DCS World pilot, you know, foveated rendering with eye tracking is quite a big deal, and if the application does support it, then you're better off going with the standard Crystal with the eye tracking. But having said that, I think most of you on this channel run Microsoft Flight Simulator, in which case you're not really going to benefit from any eye tracking because it's not supported. With the OpenXR toolkit, you might look at around 2 to 3 frames per second, but yeah, it's not really that much of a big deal. I'm not quite sure if the 2024 release is going to have DFR, but I'm guessing probably not, and I would love to be wrong on that one. However, there is some other things that are worth mentioning. This Crystal Light in the software is very scalable. You can have different refresh rate options. I think it's 60 Hz is also an option now, so I must try that. That could feasibly mean that you get motion reprojection, or you could lock your FPS down to 30 frames per second and still, you know, it'll feel quite smooth. You can also upscale the headset from 2160 by 2160 to 2880 by 2880. So all this stuff I'm going to look at and give you a comprehensive, detailed VR settings guide for the Crystal Light. So make sure you stick around, stay tuned, subscribe to the channel, because I will be posting that very, very soon. Right, anyway, I think that's enough of talking about it. I want to try it on and give you my raw reaction. That's really important. And here, as you can see, I'm just going to bring it up now, I've also got the Pimax Play software. And I'm going to switch this on for the very first time on camera, because if it goes wrong and there's an issue, you're going to see it, just like you did with the previous Crystal, because I remember in my first impression video, I had a few problems with it, which was on camera, so I thought this would be a great opportunity. So I'm now going to switch it on with the power button, and okay, let's see what happens here. Oh, it's connecting. Let's see what happens. USB always says that, and then, wow, okay. Pimax Crystal Light, it even says there. Right, let's just make this a bit bigger for you guys. You can see there it says Pimax Crystal Light, like that. Let's have a quick look to see what sort of settings we have. So, okay, that's interesting. I thought there was a 60 Hz option. We don't have that here. Maybe that could be something that requires an update. Let's have a look here. We've got render quality. So I'm going to use maximum today. We've got fixed variated rendering. That's a new thing as well. Let's I'm not sure if that's going to be supported with the OpenXR, but we'll keep it aggressive. We'll keep everything pretty much exactly how it is here. But I thought I'd just show you, oh, look at this, lock to half refresh rate, frame rate rather. That is a very good option. I'm pleased they've got that now in the software. I'm definitely going to add that in because I think that's a great feature. Keeps everything smooth. Smart smoothing, I will try that out as well, but not just yet. Okay, we need an update here to the HMD and the controllers. I won't bother doing that on camera. I'll do that off camera because that might take a while with my internet. So as you can see there, there's some really nice options, and I do actually really like the Pimax Play software. And as you can see, it fired into life immediately. I didn't mention the controllers, by the way. I'll just show on the screen now what they look like. It's exactly the same as the standard Crystal. That is, they're adequate, they work fine. They're very much like the Quest 3 controllers, or sorry, Quest 2 rather, with the rings. They are a bit cheap feeling, but to be honest, I don't use them, being a flight simmer anyway. Right, enough of that. Let's now get into MSFS. I'm going to put this on my head for the very first time, go for a quick flight, and show you exactly what I think about it. I'll see you in the sim in a moment. Can't wait. This feels really comfortable. Like, there's just no frontal weight at all. And recently I have been using other headsets like the XR4 and Somnium VR1, and in comparison this is just super light, like amazingly light. Okay, now let's check for inconsistencies with the panel. So I'm looking for dead pixels, I'm looking for Mura. So Mura is excellent, which really surprises me, considering, like, I know that this is still a lot of money, but in comparison to what you would normally find with a 35 ppd QLED panel, this, I expected some, you know, a little bit lower quality in terms of the actual quality of the display, the pixel brightness, but this looks very even to me, and there's just hardly any. I mean, there's a little bit of Mura, but I mean, that's like really, I'm being incredibly picky, guys. I don't think anyone would ever notice that kind of thing. I always like to have a look at a white background first to see what it looks like. Very good. It looks superb. I also like how the IPD adjustment is completely out of the way. It's not here on the headset where you accidentally sort of move it. It's actually out of the way, and I really do like that. Now let's have a look here at, just looking for distortion. There's a little bit of warping in the sort of center left and right of the display, but again, that's quite a common thing with aspheric lenses, and you won't really notice it, but unless you're looking for it like I am. But there is a little bit of warping. Interestingly, I didn't notice that with the standard crystal. It probably is there, but I am really like scrutinizing this the most I can here. Right, let's just pick up the controller here and look at the menu. I'm looking for chromatic aberration. See if I can see. To be fair, I mean, yeah, there is some chromatic aberration there, as you'd expect as well. But, you know, it's not a deal breaker at all. For me, it's not that bad. Depends how that, you know, how important that kind of thing is to you, but no, that's absolutely fine. In fact, there's a lot more chromatic aberration in the Vari Aero and the XR4, which I haven't shown on the channel yet, I know, but you will be seeing that video soon. But that looks absolutely fine. The display in it is exactly the same as the crystal, in a sense that it is amazing. Let's have a look at the sweet spot here. Sweet spot is good. Hang on a minute. That's weird. How is that possible? The sweet spot is actually better than the standard crystal. What? What? Okay. So, in terms of the horizontal sweet spot, that's definitely larger. And the horizontal sweet spot is also very good. Now, I had no idea that that was the case because they haven't really... Pimax hasn't said anything about this headset to me. They've just basically sent it to me and that's it. So this is all new to me. I don't really understand why the sweet spot's better than the standard crystal because they are surely the same lenses. Maybe because are they a bit sort of seated in the unit better, or I just don't know. In terms of field of view, it's about the same. There's no difference there for me that I can tell. Binocular overlap is very good, but it was good with the standard crystal as well. Anyway, let's stop looking at the damn menu and we'll go for a quick flight, shall we? See you in a moment. So welcome back. We're now in the sim. This is Lofoten Islands in Norway, and it's, as far as I'm concerned, business as usual when it comes to the Pimax Crystal. That is, it's still absolutely beautiful. This display is stunning, just as it was before. This looks so good, and if anything, it's reminded me how amazing this display is when I think about the fact that I've been busy testing very expensive headsets recently. And now that I'm back in this, and I can't believe this is a headset that is, well, I don't want to say affordable, but do you know what I mean, guys? It's definitely a very tempting purchase for those who are looking at finally upgrading from their previous mid-range VR headset. And this is without question the best upgrade for the Reverb G2 clan. Absolutely. And even for those, as I say, who have been using the Vari Aero, I think this is a better headset than that. One thing I did forget to mention in that is the fact this has inside-out tracking. It doesn't have base stations. Wow, I am getting a couple of frame drops. That is because I'm using my NVIDIA broadcast, which is basically superimposing me in the VR image. It does kill performance, so don't worry about that. But I'm still getting 45 frames per second around this incredible island here. Wow, look at the visuals. Now you might notice my microphone sounds a little bit better. That is because I'm using my mod mic, because I did listen to the microphone quality and it's not that great, if I'm honest. I was quite disappointed with the microphone. They've definitely downgraded that. Sounds quite cheap, to be honest. So yeah, I will be using my mod mic as my microphone. But this is amazing, guys. Honestly, I am so impressed with this. This is every bit as good as the standard crystal, and in fact, in my opinion, it's better. I would even forego the eye tracking simply because I don't have to worry about batteries anymore. I don't have to worry about the headset disconnecting because it literally is plug in and play. I think for the first time, this is a Pimax headset that is actually really easy to set up. It's just incredibly easy. You plug it in your computer, download the software, switch it on, and that is it. And it looks sensational. Just look at these visuals here. It's absolutely tremendous. Just check to make sure I'm still recording. Yes, I am. I think the camera is going down a bit. Sorry, guys. This is definitely a first impressions, as you can see. And yeah, the image is sensational. There's no doubt about it. It's the best image. One of the best images in VR, even compared to the high-end, really expensive stuff. This is a no-brainer. I mean, I know this is a first impressions video, but I can fully recommend this headset. It is superb. I mean, this really moves the game on, finally, from Fresnel lenses. Super sharp, crystal clear image. Pardon the pun, but it really is. Crystal by name, crystal by nature, and also, in terms of its lightness, it's super comfortable. I could wear this all day. I already know that. It is really comfortable. So, I think it's important to note, before I forget, that the Crystal Light is now available. Pre-orders have stopped. You can buy it right now. And I do have an affiliate link in the description below. And I know many of you have supported the channel. It means a lot. And if you are on the fence or this video has been useful to you, please do use my affiliated link. It really does help support the channel, especially as I do have a full-time job. And I spent all week, my week off, making content. This is spectacular! Wow! I can't believe this level of clarity and image quality and comfort and audio is available at this kind of price. Honestly, genuinely, I think Pimax have knocked it out the park with this one. This is superb. I'm so excited for this. Actually, I'm more excited about this than I am showcasing any other headset this year so far, because this means you guys out there can finally see what I've been raving about since the Varia Aero days. You know, the aspheric lenses and now the QLED panels. This 35 ppd is, I think this is enough resolution. It's plenty. You'll be happy with this for years to come, guys. Oh, yes. Well done to Pimax. This is fantastic. I think this will do for my first impressions video, because, quite honestly, I think you should go and buy this right now. And I don't say that very often, if at all. I absolutely give this my full recommendation. Pimax, well done. Thank you for listening to us. We finally have a high-end headset for not a high-end price. So there you are, folks. That is my first impressions of the Pimax Crystal Light. I do feel it's an absolute winner for Pimax. I guess if I had to be picky, I do feel the form factor, it's a shame it's still this big. It's a big headset, but don't let that fool you. When you see me wearing it, it's actually very comfortable, especially now it's really light. I love the fact it doesn't have a battery anymore. I like the fact the lenses are not interchangeable. I think that's actually a good thing. I do like this extra strap. It's very solid and thick. It cups the back of your head really well. Software wise, it's just really good. I think it's more stable because it doesn't have an XR2 chipset. It doesn't have too much going on. It's very simple. It's unapologetically a PC VR headset. If you can opt for the DMAS audio, I would recommend it because it's definitely a massive step up. Also, as my camera is falling again, guys, sorry. It's a bit drunk, my camera today, clearly. Also, I think the local dimming version is worth it if you can stretch to it. Those blacks, you know, the deep blacks are very good. While it's not OLED levels of quality, it's very close. Yeah, just again, an absolutely winner. This is a superb headset, and you know, even though I've been trying out some very expensive headsets on the channel, I've got a feeling this could be my daily driver, you know. It's a shame about the microphone. It does sound a bit crap, quite honestly. But really, that's it, to be honest. I absolutely love it. I think it's a great purchase. So again, thank you for watching, and more crystal content coming soon, especially a VR settings guide. If you'd like to support the channel, there is an affiliate link in the description below. And thanks for watching. See you again very soon. Bye-bye for now.